Hi, you guys. It's Yaz, and today, we're going to get into it. We're going to talk about the broke, busted narcissist who won't leave your house or leave your home, okay? And this is one of the biggest nightmares that some people go through. When you get involved with a narcissist who's looking for a place to live or looking to live off you, they automatically want to move into your home and they love bomb the shit out of you. And you think like, oh, they really love you. They tell you, oh, I love you unconditionally. You're my soulmate and everything like that. And what happens is these people, they put on such a Academy Award act that you fall for it. You think that you've met the love of your life. These are the ones that are looking to, these are the ones that are telling you they love you in the first week, in the first 3 days. These are the ones that want to move in fast, okay? So what happens is they love bomb you, they move fast, and now they're in your home or they're visiting your home, okay? It starts out where they could be visiting you a lot too. When they're in your home, let me tell you, these people, they take over. They take over, okay? They leave messes everywhere. They don't care. They have no respect because it's not their home, technically. It's your home. They tell you, oh, we're going to pay the bills together. I'm going to help you with your bills. I'm going to help with half the rent. What happens? They come in, they may pay you half the rent for like maybe the first few months. And then all of a sudden, what do you think happens? What do you think happens, you guys? They stop paying the rent, okay? This is what happens. They stop giving you money towards the bills. Now you have an official freeloader in your home, okay? You have an official freeloader in your home. Once that narcissist gets in your home, they are going to terrorize you, okay? They are not going to be this loving person that you thought they were. They are going to be a monster like no other. And in a lot of cases, what's going to happen is, they're going to fight with you over everything. Sometimes if you're dealing with a malignant narcissist or covert malignant narcissist, they're going to, maybe break things, get in your face, put their finger in your face. You're going to deal with silent treatments. They're going to try to control you with silent treatments. The other thing that they do is they'll be going out and coming back whenever they feel like it. This is what they'll do. They'll be going out all night. And guess what? They'll take your car, okay? A lot of these broke, busted narcissists, this is what they do. They move into people's homes and they take over. And they do what they want. And they terrorize. They literally terrorize these people. Not only will they terrorize them, but if you ever have kids, however they treat you, they're going to eventually treat your kids like garbage as well, or be, abusive to your kids. If they're abusive to you, they're going to eventually be abusive to your kids as well. And you need to be aware of that. So when you have kids, don't just move in with a narcissist, all right? You've got to vet out these people, wait, at least a year to get to know somebody before you ever make some kind of decision like that. And especially if you have children, okay, you need to check that person inside out. But this is what they'll do. They'll get into your home. They're living there. The first month, they'll be great. They'll be romantic. Oh, baby, I love you so much. Isn't this great? Oh, baby, blah, blah, blah. Now, once they're in the home, you guys, you are not going to have an easy time getting rid of these scoundrels, okay? You are not going to have an easy time getting rid of them, because when you have arguments with them, what a lot of them will do is say, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not leaving. And if they're there in your home for, let's say, over a month, you can't just call the police and get them out, okay? Because then you have squatters laws. which means that now you have to get them evicted. And this is a nightmare. And that could take 6 months. So what's going to happen? You're going to be living with this narcissist who's taking over, abusing you either verbally, non-verbally, using everything in your home, destroying things in your home, taking over in your home, and basically mentally torturing you in your home. And now you have to wait for an eviction of this person, which, like I said, through the courts could take at least 6 months. It is a nightmare like no other. Now, I'm going to give you another scenario, okay? But before I get into that, I just want to make people aware. When you have somebody move into your home, okay, number one, you have to know the laws of your state and national laws as well. The narcissist, the broke, busted narcissist knows the law, okay? And they know that if they move in or they stay at your place, I believe it's for longer than a month, like I said before, you can't just kick this person out. Matter of fact, if you ever call the police, they'll tell you you have to go to court. And that's where you have to get the eviction notice. And a lot of people don't know this. A lot of people don't know this. A lot of people have the narcissist move in with them, and the narcissist will be good for the first month. And then the second month, the narcissist turns into a monster, and they're calling the police to get this person out or something. And the police tell them, listen, I can't do anything. This person has, they have squatters' rights. You have to take them to court. So I'm just making you guys aware of these kind of things so that you don't get caught in a trap like that. Now, I want to also talk about the situation where you're married to the narcissist and you're going through a divorce and they won't get out of the house, all right? A lot of times when you get divorced to a narcissist, they won't get out, okay? Even though you're going through a wicked divorce, you're going to court, it's really ugly. And when you're going through a wicked divorce with a narcissist, one of the most awful and most disgusting and horrible things you could ever deal with is having to live in the same house as them, okay? I know people that went through this, okay? And it is it is a nightmare like no other. They have to live together because of financial reasons, or the narcissist won't get out, but the narcissist is torturing them, all right? So, that's why I always say, you guys, you've got to have your own money, that today or tomorrow, when you marry somebody, you got to have your own thing, because today or tomorrow, if it doesn't work out and you end up with somebody who's like a narcissist, who's looking to torture you, you don't have to go through that kind of abuse. You could just say, not today, Satan, I'm out of here. Okay, I'm out of here. And you could afford to live on your own. But unfortunately, a lot of people can't afford to live on their own. All right. So it's a horrible, horrible existence. Now, when you have this narcissist that's living in your home and won't get out, what they're going to do is they're going to eat up all your food. They're not going to give you, if you go food shopping with them, let's say the order is $100. They're going to give you $10 if you even get $10 out of them. And you're going to, out of 100, all right, let's say you're spending $100 and they say, oh, listen, I only got 10 here. And they put it towards the food. Meanwhile, they're buying all the foods that they like. Then when they're living with you, they're critiquing everything that you buy or you eat, all right? Oh, why do you got to eat that? Oh, why are you doing this? Why are you doing that? Oh, you didn't clean the bathroom right. Oh, you left your laundry in the machine or something like that. Every 2 minutes, they're like saying something about something, all right? And then when it comes to a situation where you have to try to get them out, they're going to either start yelling and screaming and terrorize you, maybe punch the walls, okay? This is if you're dealing with a malignant narcissist. If you're dealing with a covert narcissist or covert malignant narcissist, what they're going to do is you're going to live with somebody who gives you a silent treatment. And that is horrible, okay? Especially in your own home. You're dealing with somebody who's torturing you in your own home. And now you can't get this person out because you're waiting for an eviction notice to get this person out. It's absolutely horrible. And if they know that you're trying to get them out, They are going to do everything they can to torture you. This is why you don't move in with the narcissist or move in with anybody that you don't know at least a year. Okay? Even after a year, you guys, you really don't know somebody. Trust me when I tell you, you really don't know somebody. I was married to somebody 13 years and I found out things later on that I didn't know. Okay? But you do the best you can to find out as much information as you can. So, when you're living with the broke, busted narcissist, like I said, they could be yelling at you, yelling at your kids. They could be, living for free, not paying a dime of anything. They could have people to the house, all right, and not care. If they really want to be torturous, they can invite friends over, loud friends, and they could be drinking or partying or torturing you that way. Or they could just ice you out in your own home. Just ice you out. They could come in, go to their room, shut the door, come out, go to the kitchen, don't say anything, go back down. And it's horrible. It's like the tension in the room, you could cut it. You could cut it with a knife, all right? You could actually cut it with a knife. So here's what I have to say to you. Never let a narcissist stay in your place for a month, okay? If you notice that this person is toxic, get them out. Get them out immediately. Don't let these people in your home. Not only that, they're going through your stuff. They're robbing you. They're looking at all your bank information, reading your mails. You can't even go on the phone in peace because they're listening to, let's say, your support system. Let's say you're calling your family or something. You can't even talk in peace because the narcissist is there listening and observing and making sarcastic remarks and torturing you. It is awful. It is absolutely awful when you have a narcissist that won't get out. It is horrible, okay? I've dealt with it in my own way. I've dealt with it, okay? And it was not a pretty situation. It was not a pretty situation. And this is why I'm telling you these things. I've seen friends go through it, and it is a horrible thing when you can't get that narcissist out, all right? So you have to protect yourself and not let anybody stay in your place for a month or longer. I believe the law is a month or longer. And then they have, those kind of rights squatters' rights where you can't just call the cops and tell them, listen, I want this person out. All right. So, and also again, when you're going through a divorce proceeding, I don't know if people are aware of this, but generally when you're going, through the pendente lite, part of the divorce, you cannot kick the other person out. Okay. Generally you can't unless there's police reports of abuse or something like that. So that's where you have situations where you have to live with the narcissist and deal with going to court with them, and imagine just being in the same house with them. The nightmare of that, okay? The nightmare of that, all right? Imagine how many people have had to call the police and deal with stuff like that because of the tension that was going on in the home. And you guys, these narcissists, they're not the type of people that when things don't work out and you say, listen, it's not working out, I think we should break up, and they just get up and they leave. No, they don't want to leave. They don't want to leave. They don't want to leave because their sole purpose was to camp out, crash out, and use your home for a bed and breakfast or a place to live or to move to your city for a come up, all right? A lot of them move to somebody's place, and then they stay there and you can't get them out, and they move to wherever you are because they want to be in your city or, whatever it could be. And when you tell them, listen, it's not working out, they'll tell you, okay, well, I'm not going anywhere. I don't have to go anywhere. You don't like it? Get an order to get me out. All right. So you have to be aware of this. You can't just let people move into your place and it's not always so easy to get rid of them. And if they know that you see through them, they will torture you in your own home. They will torture you with silence. They will torture you by yelling and screaming. They may deliberately break things on purpose and try to make it an accident. Okay, there's a lot of different ways they could torture you. They could play loud music, loud at night. They could make it so that you don't sleep all the time, be loud and boisterous, and have friends over and just torture you that way. Okay, eat all your food, break things, like I said, in the house, steal things from you. And that type of narcissist is always a thief, all right? Just so you know, that type of narcissist, the broke, busted narcissist who's looking to, move in and not get out, that type is always a thief. And you need to be aware of that. They're going to be looking to rob something, maybe take your credit card numbers, maybe take a life insurance policy out on you. All right, I'm serious. They are dangerous, and I did a video on this where I talked on YouTube where I talked about never let a narcissist in your home, and this is so true, you guys. I'm trying to save you. That's like letting the devil in your house. When you let a narcissist in your home, it's like letting the devil in your house, because once they get in, you ain't ever. Or you're going to have a hard time getting them out, a real hard time getting them out. And they will terrorize you to control you and bully you so that you don't get them out. Okay. Some people are actually in fear to try to get that narcissist out, and you have to do it with kid gloves in order to get them out. You can't come at them too strong, or remember this, you're in your home. All right, you're in your home, and this person is not getting out, and you can't legally push them out. And, they could terrorize you in a lot of different ways, and it's horrible. It's absolutely horrible. And if you have to wait for that eviction notice in 6 months, you're going to be cursing the day you ever let them stay past a month. That's what I've got to tell you. You're going to be cursing the day you ever let them stay a month. They're also going to be, they'll torture you other ways. When they realize that the relationship's over and they're not getting out, they'll be on the phone talking to other women right in front of you and not caring, just torturing you that way because they don't care. At that point, they're just using you for a place to stay. So you guys, number one, stay away from the broke, busted narcissist. They're the dirtiest narcissist, one of the dirtiest narcissists out there, because their love bomb is so good and so strong, okay? Why? Because they got nothing going for them. The people that have nothing going for them are the ones that are going to be the best love bombers. This is going to be the broke, busted narcissist, and this is going to be the green card narcissist who wants to come to your country, who's going to tell you how much they love you, have their family, fool you and tell you, how much they love you. They're going to get the family involved. They love to get the family involved when they're trying to fool you and thinking that they're all in. Don't be fooled if they introduce you to their family. The family could be in on it, all right? You'd be surprised what people do, right? And especially for money. So this is what they do. When they come in your home, they're going to take over your home. That's what they're going to do. They're going to actually take over your home. And this also could be the green card narcissist that comes to this country, lives with you, gets that green card. And this just happened to a girl on 90 Day Fiancé, right? He came to this country, and then after 6 years, he tells her he doesn't love her anymore. He totally used her. This guy totally used her, okay? It was a whole scam between him and his family to use her to come to this country, waste her fucking time, waste 6 years of her life, her fucking time, for him to get established in this country, get a job, working here, and that's what happened. Okay? And then when he was living with her and he didn't want her, she just broke down. She was crying because here was somebody who fooled her for 6 years and then all of a sudden turned off on her, was going out all night long, not coming home till 3, 4 in the morning because, of course, he was cheating on her. All right. She had the proof on him and everything. And she was begging him, I love you, I love you, I love you. And he was the coldest demon you ever saw in your fucking life. He was the coldest demon. You know why? Because that's the real him. That's the real him. Now he didn't have to pretend anymore, but he was living with her till the divorce happened. And then when they went through the divorce, it was a wicked, wicked ass divorce. Okay. Wicked ass divorce. He tortured her in the house with the coldness and the iciness and, all of that. And then they had a wicked divorce. It's settled now, but, I felt really bad for this girl, all right? Because nobody deserves to be played like that. So, you guys, this is what I'm telling you. Don't let these narcs in your home, okay? I'm telling you, don't let these narcs in your home. I hope this helps you. If it does, hit the subscribe button, share the podcast. And if you're looking for coaching, check out the link in the bio at askgaz.wixsite.com. I have limited time, you guys. I have so many things going on over here, so many projects that we're working on. My team and I are working on over here. So check it out and book ahead. Also, check out my YouTube, almost 7,000 videos at the Game Exposed podcast. If you're looking for anything on narcissism, I cover almost everything on narcissism on my YouTube channel at the Game Exposed. I have discard, I have triangulation, a lot on covert narcissists because I know them so well. Okay, I've been surrounded by covert narcissists my whole life. And matter of fact, I want to do a podcast on this to really explain to you guys why I know so much about these covert narcissists. It'll blow your mind. But there are certain people that, I have to watch when I talk about this kind of thing. And that's why I haven't done it yet. But I am going to do it, all right? The other thing, check out my Facebook at The Game EXP123. Instagram is The Game EXP123. And TikTok is The Game Exposed. And have a great day.